It bothers you when
Because you will never look at Josh the same way again.
people still think you're boring.
True, I'd say. Like, it'd be nice not to call boring because I feel like it puts people off from watching me. Because if I'm known as like, oh, he's the old and boring one, people aren't giving the chance, you know? I deserve a chance.
Let's see what you've had to say. I'd rather watch paint dry.
Well, do people think Josh is boring? Why do people think he's boring? Oh.
What paint drier than you, oldie? No one knows who you are, freak. You're on Logan Paul's podcast for sure, but I don't think he needs to be on there. There are different people who get on from our group, I think.
Josh, he's many flaws. He's a man of many flaws. But one thing he can do is make a good video. And despite his main channel barely scraping a 10 mil video, he had to get helped over the line there. He has created the most viewed cyber video of all time. He has fucking smashed it. And on multiple occasions too, he's orchestrated absolute bangers. So fair play to Josh. Fair play to Josh. Fair play.
One thing that nobody knows about you. One thing.
Nobody though.
Nobody. I suffer from crippling anxiety. I sometimes have panic attacks in the shower because of fear of death.
Look, sometimes in videos, you just say what comes in. And that's what came to my head. So for some reason, my brain said, let's just be honest with everyone today. And I was honest. And that's what happens. But luckily, you lot are mad. You lot have come through. I mean, I've obviously been filming on the night of Summer Sunday going out. And I have had ridiculous amounts of support for saying that. So shout out to everyone because you make me feel great.
I have been in the mandem, like around them, like OOC for like a few months now. And even though I've not had like many interactions with Zerkaa, even Tommy T, you can tell just by the things I've seen and, you know, like OOC, what he's done, what he's said. This guy is just insanely genuine, and he really does care about, you know, all these people around him, all the mandem, and he's just very real and very, very honest. You know? And nobody can ever say that he isn't.
How do you carry on posting when you're going through a hard time in your personal life?
I think videos, like making videos and working, is escaping itself. Yeah. Like, I attribute a lot of, like I said before, like when my parents got divorced, I always say that the reason why I got so good at certain games is that I just locked myself in my room. Yeah. And I played COD for 8 hours a day, which ultimately is like the start of my YouTube career. Yeah. So I think anything like that, like putting your energy into something else, like turning negative energy into positive energy and putting it somewhere else is the best thing you can do. Just having it out, but just let it be anything. Like say like, if you're going for a hard time, you put all the energy into just doing anything you like and you enjoy doing, whether it's football, whether that's like makeup, whether that's going to gym, whether that's anything. That's the best thing you can do. Other than let it sit there and build inside of you. Yeah.
Like financially,
he is right though, because like the one consistency that like content creators have in their lives is content creation. You know, like even like me as a streamer, like I have some days where I like, you know, they can be tough, but I know, you know, I can come here, I can go live, I can chat to you guys, you know, and yeah, just you put your effort into the work, and it brings you out of like that place, you know. So he's 100% right in what he's saying. You know, you can, and it's not necessarily like it goes away, but working and doing things that you're passionate about and stuff you can put your energy into, divert the energy away from like, you know, negative things. You know?
Josh has carried us. Remember I smashed your phone?
Isn't yours? Thank you, Josh. Thank
Zerkaa's lost son, mate. I appreciate you for coming in here and saying that, my brother. Yeah, and thank you to all of the community for being so supportive and yeah, being extremely generous, and welcoming to me. And it's very, very clear that a lot of you, obviously not all of you, there is the few that ruin it for the many sometimes, but you guys watch Zerkaa and you're fans of him, and a lot of you should be very proud in yourself, kind of role modeling his behaviors. A lot of you are very respectful, you're very supportive, and you should all, give yourselves a pat on the back for that. Like coming into people's streams and always, always remaining positive and all, like I said, just remaining respectful and just being civil human beings is something that's taken for granted these days. Like, there's a lot of people that just aren't capable of behaving themselves, unfortunately. But yeah, like you guys as being mainly from Zerkaa's community, then you're obviously showing love downwards towards the mandem, etc. But you guys are all goated. And thank you very much for, like I say, being so welcoming to me as well.
you so much. Are you alright? I'm fine. Are you sure?
Stop! We hit 10 mil!
Oh, look at him with his boys, look. That's the good thing about the Sidemen, and I've realised this. Like, I was never a huge Sidemen fan, to be honest. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I know the full ins and outs of the Sidemen, what they do and what they did, obviously. But to me, it's just a group of lads that have been friends for a really, really long time. They all are like, they know each other inside out. And they just make great content together. But that's because of the bond that they have. Without that bond, without that time, it's very, very hard to find people that stick with you for that long. And you know what I mean? Yeah, they're a bunch of great people.
In memory of Goda, mental health awareness. I mean, well, if you could read a story about one of my closest friends who took her own life. I'm following this because my best friend took her life at the age of 15 due to struggling with her mental health problems. Just by looking at her contagious smile, you never assume Goda was struggling with her mental health because she was always so happy, positive, and outgoing. She didn't think twice about it. As Goda didn't want anyone to know she was struggling, and she would put on a brave face for everyone. This is how Goda was. She was always put others first before herself. I want young teenagers to understand even the most happiest people can be struggling, and if that is you feel like you don't want to or can't talk to family people close to you for whatever reason, I urge you to talk because you are not alone. There are many helpful charities out there, such as Papyrus, Young Minds, National Suicide Prevention, Calm, Samaritans, Nightline, and there are many others as well. So true. And thankfully, it's got a lot of upvotes on our Reddit. So, to make a point of this, I'm going to make a quick donation as well to the GoFundMe. But the point of the post is most important. If you are struggling, please always know there are people to talk to, and make sure you check in with your friends. Like, me and the boys are getting better and better than I think ourselves anyway, and a lot of us open up more and more about different things. You've seen like Ethan, myself, and some of the other boys as well. So I think it's important to talk about it more and more, especially amongst men, especially young men as well, because it's very much easy to be like, oh, like, kind of firm it, that's what kind of like guy's attitude is. But there are a lot of people you can talk to, I promise you. Men don't really talk about mental health issues. We don't really cover any of those topics. Even as us as a friend group, we rarely ever touch on it unless someone's really like visibly down in a bad place.
What I want to know is what you guys think about when you're alone.
I think about progression, what I can do, how can I progress further? I'd be like, you know what, I should have done fucking more today, you lazy prick. That's what I think.
I think it's a very learned habit. Like you learn to wake up.
Just to touch back on that. Obviously, we spoke about it a lot kind of over the past few weeks. But yeah, mental health is extremely important, regardless of, age, gender, race, religion. Everybody is capable of, you know, if you're suffering, please, 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 you know, do get help. No matter what country you're in, there are tens of organisations that are there, you know, to help you, that will listen, you know, completely judgment free. If you don't feel like you have any friends and family you can speak to, then please, it is insanely important that you guys look after your mental well-being and mental health, you know, because it is one of the most important things. Obviously, it's fine to, you know, we try to take such good care of our like physical well-being, you know, but please do not neglect, you know, your mental health. If you are suffering, you are struggling, going through a hard time, please make sure you reach out. It's important.
Get to work. I always say, like, yeah, like if I go to bed and I've not done something productive, then it's a bad day. My brain's wired just to wake up and do something, whether that's like, whatever it could be anything. And then yeah, a normal YouTube day is wake up whatever time you want to wake up, and then just sit at your office or at your desk for as long as possible, realistically. That could be recording, that could be editing, that could be meetings on Skype, that could be emails, that could be anything.
If you're a young YouTuber and you start popping off, and you live somewhere outside London, you start banging views. Don't rush to move to London just to go out partying and drinking. It's not the way forward. You got to stick on the grind. The grind will be what will make you shine, make you stand out from the rest. Yes, go enjoy yourself, enjoy your money that you've earned. It happens all too often where you see some YouTubers with sick potential, and they just kind of blow it all because they either move to London and just spend it on like drinking and going clubbing all the time. Did you tell his Insta story? I didn't. What's Toby's Insta story? I felt he was with my parents, and I made sure my friends had those qualities too. Zerkaa is someone who's always pushed me and encouraged me to achieve my dreams, but the journey has been a lot harder.
Aww.
My heart, it hurts.
Euphoria, relieved, it's over. The whole process is finally over. So yeah, that sheer euphoria across our whole group there, and I think like it really just brought to life how close knit we all are as a group. Like just, I don't know, I was in tears almost.
Energy drinks. I hate drinks.
You're gonna make me emotional, guys. Stop.
Come on, a hyper train. I see that.
Okay.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Ah, fuck's sake, that's.
You're gonna be disappointed. I'll take you out right now.
You big dickheads. You big dickheads. You're all dickheads. Fuck you. Fuck's sake. I can't keep up, lads. I can't read it anymore. It's just broken.
Bless him. Yeah, much like Ashton, mate. Like I say, 1991, big D. What are you saying, brother? Coming from someone who at their darkest could have taken their life, getting help is the hardest and scariest thing to do. But when you do realize how much brighter things can be. Yeah, absolutely.